Hello everyone, and welcome to UFO Evidence. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're truly alone? It's a question that has captivated humanity for centuries. While the vast majority of strange lights in the sky can be explained, a handful of cases remain stubbornly mysterious, fueling speculation and debate among believers and skeptics alike. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most famous and compelling UFO incidents in history. We'll explore the evidence, hear the witness testimonies, and try to separate fact from fiction. So buckle up as we journey into the unknown. Our first stop is Roswell, New Mexico, in the summer of 1947. This is arguably the most iconic UFO case of all time. It all started when a rancher named Mac Brazel discovered strange debris scattered across his property. Initially, the local military base, the Roswell Army Airfield, issued a press release stating they had recovered a flying disc. The story made headlines across the country, igniting public fascination. However, just one day later, the military retracted its statement. They claimed the object was nothing more than a conventional weather balloon. This sudden change in the story planted the seeds of a massive conspiracy theory. For decades, the official explanation stood, but witnesses began to come forward with conflicting accounts. They described materials unlike anything they had ever seen. Thin, metallic foils that couldn't be bent or burned, and small beams with strange symbols on them. Some even claimed to have seen non-human bodies being recovered from the crash site. The Roswell incident became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless books, documentaries, and movies. Was it really just a weather balloon, or was the US government covering up the discovery of an extraterrestrial craft? The debate continues to rage, making Roswell the ground zero for modern ufology. Next, we travel to the United Kingdom for the Rendlesham Forest incident, often called Britain's Roswell. In December 1980, over several nights, US Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge reported seeing a series of unexplained lights near the forest. One of the key witnesses was Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt, the deputy base commander. He led a patrol into the forest to investigate and recorded his observations on a microcassette recorder. On the tape, you can hear the sheer confusion and awe in the men's voices as they describe a strange, triangular craft with pulsating lights hovering in the trees. Holt's official memo, later released to the public, detailed the event. He described how the object maneuvered through the trees, dripped molten metal, and then shot off at an incredible speed. The next day, investigators found 3 depressions in the ground where the object had apparently landed, and radiation readings at the site were significantly higher than normal. Skeptics suggest the lights were from a nearby lighthouse, but the military witnesses, including a high-ranking officer, remain adamant that what they saw was not of this world. The combination of multiple military witnesses, physical evidence, and an official report makes the Rendlesham Forest incident one of the most credible UFO cases on record. Let's head back to the United States and look at the Phoenix Lights, a mass sighting event that occurred on March 13, 1997. Thousands of people across Arizona, including the state's governor at the time, Fife Symington, witnessed a series of strange lights in the sky. The sightings consisted of 2 distinct events. First, a massive V-shaped object, estimated to be a mile wide, flew silently over the state. Witnesses described it as being so large that it blocked out the stars as it passed overhead. It had several lights but made absolutely no sound. Later that evening, a second set of lights appeared over Phoenix. These were a series of stationary amber orbs arranged in an arc. The military initially claimed these lights were simply flares dropped during a training exercise at a nearby airbase. This explanation accounted for the second event, but it didn't explain the enormous, silent, V-shaped craft seen earlier by thousands of people across hundreds of miles. Former Governor Symington, who initially mocked the incident at a press conference, later came forward and admitted he had seen the craft himself. He described it as otherworldly and remains convinced it was not man-made. The sheer number of witnesses makes the Phoenix Lights a truly baffling case. Now, let's fast forward to the 21st century and discuss an incident that brought the UFO topic back into the mainstream. In 2004, pilots from the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier group encountered a series of bizarre objects off the coast of San Diego. The most famous encounter involved Commander David Fravor and Lieutenant Commander Alex Dietrich. They were diverted to investigate an unknown aerial object that had been tracked on radar for weeks. When they arrived at the location, they saw a disturbance on the water's surface and, hovering just above it, a white, tic-tac shaped object. Fravor described the object as about 40 feet long, with no wings, no rotors, and no visible propulsion system. It was moving erratically, like a ping-pong ball. As Fravor descended to get a closer look, the object mirrored his movement, then accelerated at a speed that defied our understanding of physics. It disappeared in an instant. Moments later, the object was detected on radar 60 miles away. This incident was captured on advanced infrared camera systems, and the footage, along with 2 other videos from similar encounters, was officially declassified and released by the Pentagon in 2020. The US government now refers to these objects as unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, and has acknowledged that they are real and their origin is unknown. Finally, let's explore the Betty and Barney Hill abduction case, one of the first and most widely publicized alien abduction stories. In September 1961, the couple was driving through the White Mountains of New Hampshire when they saw a strange light in the sky that seemed to be following their car. They stopped to get a better look and observed a spinning, disc-shaped craft through binoculars. The last thing they remember is a series of beeps, and then finding themselves 35 miles down the road with 2 hours of time they couldn't account for. After the incident, Betty began having vivid nightmares about being taken aboard a craft and subjected to medical examinations by non-human beings. Both Betty and Barney suffered from anxiety and other physical symptoms. They eventually sought help from a psychiatrist who used hypnosis to help them recover their lost memories. Under hypnosis, both of them independently recounted a detailed and consistent story of being taken aboard the craft by small, grey beings with large eyes. Betty was even able to draw a star map shown to her by one of the beings, which some researchers later claimed matched a real star system. While hypnosis is a controversial tool, the consistency of their separate accounts and the genuine distress they experienced make their story a cornerstone of abduction research. From the deserts of New Mexico to the forests of England, and from the skies over major cities to the open ocean, these cases represent just a fraction of the unexplained phenomena that have been reported worldwide. Whether they are misidentified natural phenomena, advanced secret technology, or visitors from another world. One thing is certain: the mystery continues. Each case leaves us with more questions than answers and pushes us to keep looking up and wondering. What do you think? Are these credible cases of extraterrestrial visitation, or is there a more down-to-earth explanation for each one? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to UFO Evidence for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. We'll see you next time.